guys, Angela here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel and to another dedicated video. It's another dedicated fashion and style video. We're going to be going through my current luxury wish list. We might as well call this a 2025 to buy list because I'm going to get everything on this list in 2025. I'm manifesting the funds and the ability to get all of these things. Now, I do try to approach wish lists. I do try to have them rooted in reality, right? So everything on this list can and will fill a gap within my wardrobe. I could easily fill these gaps with anything in my wardrobe, but I really do want to invest in pieces, and I want it to be pieces that speak directly to who I am and my personal style, and they just all happen to cost hundreds of dollars, which God got some explaining to do, because if you was gonna give me this taste, you should have given me the lifestyle to go along with the taste. Anyway, I'm going to be like looking at my phone because I have screenshots of things in my phone, as one does. I also made a shorter version of this on TikTok where I didn't like go too much in depth on each of these choices because, you know, people's attention span, you know, is short. So we're going to talk a little more about the items that I am choosing in this video. So the first thing is a continuation from the last video, the last style video that we did, which was me showing you my very small handbag, luxury handbag collection. And the number one thing on my wish list is a luxury handbag, and it is a Bottega Jodie, not the teen Jodie, not the baby, like the little Jodie, like just like the standard, like bigger Jodie size. I want it in black. And I want that as my everyday bag. Like, I literally want to, every time I'm running out of the door, grab my Jodie and put it on my shoulder. Like, it's just very much an Angela bag. It's classic, it's simple. I love like it's a shoulder bag, right? Which I tend to prefer shoulder bags. I know it doesn't look like it based off of my collection, but I really do like a shoulder bag as an everyday bag. And it's just fly, and it's so clean, and it's so classic. It'll never go out of style, which I don't even really subscribe to that, but it's something that I know I'll never get tired of. And I'm gonna drop that 4 G's. Let's just round it up to 5 after taxes and all of that. I'm going to drop that 5 bands this year and get me that Bottega Jodie in black. Mark my words, 2025, she's coming home with me. Second thing on the list is some fine jewelry. I am not a jewelry person. I literally only ever wear these studs, which are from Amazon. I get like a pack of them. They come in a bunch of different sizes, and I just rebuy them after I lose all of them. But I am very much just a pair of studs, maybe a gold hoop, every once in a while person, but mainly these studs. I have bought like some like fashion earrings from like H&M, Zara to like pair with a specific outfit, but on an everyday basis, and mostly I'm just in these studs. No rings, no watch, no bracelets, no none of that, right? And I don't want to veer too much away from that. I'm just not an accessories person like that. I'm not going to force myself to be because everybody else is, or that's the thing to be right now. But because I wear studs so much, I do want to invest in a pair of fine jewelry or real diamond studs. Now, I've had real diamond studs before. I did not buy them. A nice gentleman suitor bought them for me, and they were very expensive. It was a nice cut of a diamond, and I lost one, and I wasn't replacing it. And so I held on to the other one for the longest of time, and then I lost that one too, and so I just never repurchased them. He literally was like, baby, if you gonna roll with me, hang with me, be with me, you need some real bling. So he bought me some studs because, like I said, I've always only been a studs person. So I had these blingy ass studs, and we stopped talking, and I lost one, and you know, held on to the other one and lost that one too. I am looking to buy from a black owned fine jeweler. It's one in New York named Bernard James. That's his name, right? Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah, that's his name. I know his name. I be having a second, like, check myself. Like, go behind myself and check myself because I call everybody the wrong thing Okay. But his name is Bernard James. I think he has a storefront in New York. So the next time I get to New York, I actually want to go into the storefront and look at his earrings in person. And I would like to grab a pair of studs. I want a smaller pair. The ones that I had before, and I don't have any pictures of me in those studs. This was before we were really like doing the whole Instagram thing like that. This was big in college. I also had a boyfriend in college who was not the person that bought the earrings. That's another video for another day. But I'm saying I don't have any photographic evidence, but they were a little nasty. They were a little nasty Kelly. We used to, in college, me and my friends would call big diamond earrings, like when dudes would wear big diamond earrings, we'd be like, look at him in them nasty Kellys. Y'all remember R. Kelly used to wear them fat diamond earrings? So we would call diamond studs when they were super big, like circles, nasty Kellys. And then if you had on the big square ones, we call those killer cams. Because Cameron, am I aging myself? Anyway, a pair of diamond studs is on the wish list, as well as a pair of 14 karat gold hoops, because if I'm not in these studs, I'm in gold hoops that are also from Amazon. So those are the first two pieces. I would like to get myself a nice watch, just because I feel like every adult should have to have a watch. I don't know what type of watch I would like. Like, I look at people like posting the APs that they want and the Cartier watches that they want, and like, and I'm like, I don't like that. Not that they're ugly. I'm like, I don't like that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that, I don't know what my style is. So I have to play around with like finding out like what my style is as it relates to a watch, because I imagine that it's going to be a huge investment, and I want to make sure that it's something that I like and I want to wear on a daily basis, right? And I'm talking about daily jewelry. I'm not talking about like, you know, blinged out jewelry that you wear when you dress up. Baby, that's gonna forever be costume jewelry. I'm talking about the shit that I wear every day. Studs, hoops, a nice watch. Eventually, maybe I'll do like a little, I want something a little dainty around my neck. Like maybe like a little, you know, chain with like some cute little pendant. Maybe something to match the studs. Just like an everyday earring, necklace, watch combination. I'm good on rings. I'm not a ring person, which is crazy because when I was in high school, I was a ring person. And I was on live the other day and I was telling them how I used to work at TJ Maxx, and I only took that job in high school so that I could afford to buy all of the jewelry that used to be in the case in TJ Maxx, because I used to have some bomb stuff. So I used to be, right? But as an adult, as I got older, I was like, oh, I'm not really into that. So the only ring you'll ever see me wearing on my hand is if I ever get like engaged, or if it's like fashion jewelry and I'm wearing it to like complete an outfit, right? So yeah, earrings, studs specifically, gold hoop specifically, a nice dainty chain with like a pendant on it, and then a nice watch. I really need to figure out what type of watch that I like and I want. So fine jewelry, Bottega Jody, fine jewelry is number 2. The next thing on the list are shoes. Now, 2 shoes I'm going to name specifically, and then we'll just talk about a category of shoes. So the first shoe is the Margiela Tabby Ballet heel. So the ballet flat, but with the little heel on it. When I originally bought my ballet flats, I was going back and forth between whether I wanted the flat flats or the flats with the heel, and I ended up getting the flat flats because it just made sense. And I got them in I actually bought them in black. I bought them in New York. I was in New York, stopped in the Margiela store in Soho that did not have my size, so I ordered the ballet flats in black. When they got to my house in Chicago, they were nude. I put them on my feet and fell in love. I didn't even think to get, because I'm such a black shoe person. Like the majority of the shoes in my closet are black, and I'm trying to like, you know, mix it up now. I didn't even think about nude. I put the shoes on my feet and I was like, I'm keeping them. It's the wrong shoe, but I'm keeping them because I love them. And I already have a pair of black tabby leather boots. And so I was like, let me just get the nude ballet flat. But I still have not been able to get the heeled ballet flat out of my mind. Like, I want the heel ballet flat. And I think, you know, same but different. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy the heeled ballet flat, and I'm going to get those in black. And like I said, I have a pair of black boots, leather boots, like an ankle style leather boots. And then I also recently picked up a pair of like suede brown tabby boots as well. So I've always wanted a little tabby collection. I've always liked tabbies. I don't know what took me so long to like get into them, but I knew once I got one pair it was a wrap. So I got that leather pair, and then I got the flats, and then I got the suede ones, and now I'm gonna get the tabby ballet flats, and that's going to be it. Like, I probably won't buy any more unless I convince myself to get a taller pair, which has been on my mind. Like, okay, maybe you want like a calf length pair or like a taller pair, I don't know. But for right now, that pair of black ballet flats with the heels, tabby, will like complete my tabby collection. So that is a specific pair of shoes. I also want to get a new pair of loafers. So I have a pair of like GH Bass loafers that are fine, right? But I have always wanted the Saint Laurent lay loafer, just like the up until recently I wanted just like the casual lay loafer, like their casual loafer, which is also like a harder leather, and it has like the little YSL symbol just on the top. But recently they have released like this softer leather version. It's more of like a rounded toe. It's like a slipper loafer, so you could like step on the back of it and the back will bend in, so it can turn into like a open back loafer. So I've been looking at that one because I just think that so I have the hard toe or the hard leather GH Bass loafers that I don't wear as much because I just haven't figured out how to work them into my wardrobe on like a more frequent basis. That rounded toe Saint Laurent softer leather loafer, I could do so much with that. Look, instead of slipping on my Golden Goose sneakers that I slip on, they're literally by the door. I wear them every day. They are my like favorite sneakers, right? Which, add that to a list. I would like to get another pair of those. More on that in a minute. I could see myself just grabbing those loafers, slipping it on. Even with what I have on today, you can't really see it, but I just have on like this cropped cardigan and a tank underneath and a pair of jeans. It would be really cute with this as well. So I just feel like I could get more wear out of those. It would be more like an everyday style and silhouette for me. So absolutely have my eye on those, and I've been seeing them on sale, so I might get those sooner than later. And then really quickly, I mentioned my Golden Goose, specifically the Ball Star style. It's just a great silhouette. They are so comfortable. They are great for walking, and they're very versatile. Someone DM'd me and asked me specifically about that style because I literally wear them every day. I have them in red and white. I want to get them in black and white as well. And I was telling her, I love that shoe. I wear it every day. It's so versatile. Again, I could wear it with what I have on. I have worn it with what I have on. And it looks good with dresses. It looks good with skirts. Like, it's just a great silhouette of shoe. Listen, if you're not into Golden Goose, you can't get behind, oh, it's just dressed and da-da-da, I get it. For me, I like an ugly shoe. I like a unique shoe. I like a shoe that starts conversation. Golden Goose definitely does that. So if you're looking for sneakers, you know, the sneaker equivalent of a tabby, Golden Goose would be good for you. And I highly recommend the Ball Star silhouette. I just think that it is chef's kiss. But outside of that, the category of shoes that I want to focus in on, and I have already started, is heels and non-sneaker shoes. So for a minute, for maybe like a 5-year stretch, I was so sneaker heavy. Like, all I was buying was sneakers, because I was like, oh, I can't do heels anymore. I don't know what happened to me between like the middle of 2023 through now, but I have returned to my roots, because to know me is to know that I never wore sneakers. I only exclusively, from the day I started wearing heels at 14 in the 9th grade, I only exclusively wore heels, and if I didn't have on heels, I had on like a ballet flat or a loafer or something like that. I did not wear sneakers, and I wore heels all the way through undergrad and all the way through grad school and all the way through my early adulthood. I'm talking going to class in heels. Like, everywhere I went, I had on a pair of heels, and then all of a sudden I don't wear heels anymore. And so for like 5 years I was wearing just sneakers, and it started off with just like your classic sneakers, a Stan Smith, a Chuck 70. I only wear Chuck 70s. A Chuck 70, a Samba, which I know, you know, the girls love Sambas now, and people are like, Sambas are out. Sambas can't be out. They're a classic sneaker. A Samba, a Gazelle, like that type of stuff. And then it evolved into all types of sneakers and, you know, sneaker drops and stuff like that. I've since then pretty much cleared all of that out and gotten back to the basics. Now, it's not like, I do have a pair of Sambas in there, but it's more of like the Margiela replicas, the Golden Goose, like sneakers like those, right? So a little more on the luxury end, but still like a very basic classic sneaker. But I am all in to my heels, my boots, my, you know, loafers, my non-sneaker shoes. Like that is all I can think about, dream about. My issue is I have very, 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 very expensive taste. And I've recently started getting into the secondhand market. I picked up a few different pairs of shoes off of the Real. If you follow my videos, then you've seen I got a couple pair of Parenza, Schuler, a pair of like kitten heels, and then a pair of boots. And then I recently picked up a mule from Brother Vellies. So I am looking at the secondhand market to sort of rebuild that area of my wardrobe, because I did a clear out where I got rid of everything. I mean, I'm talking about no heels. I mean, I have some that I kept because I was like, I can't have any heels. But like, I am really starting from the ground up. I bought another pair of Parenza Schuler's heels not too long ago. I bought some Knowles London heels. So I've been buying them. You know, maybe I'll do a video on like the new heels that I've bought to like start rebuilding my wardrobe. If that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments. That could be our next style video. But I really want to just build my shoe wardrobe back up, and I'm going to try to do it more sustainably and more economically by going Real Vestiaire Collective, you know, the secondhand market, because I also want to build collections from designers that I really love and revere, like Parenza Schuler. I love Parenza, Jill Sander, Dries Van Noten, and brands like those. So stay tuned for many more shoe hauls. A lot of them will be secondhand to come. The last couple things that I'll mention in this video, and maybe we can do a follow-up video, like a part 2, are outerwear pieces. Well, I don't necessarily think a blazer is outerwear, but like jackets, outerwear, those types of things. Specifically blazers. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a huge blazer person, but I did within the last year buy this just like cost jacket. It doesn't have a collar on it. I'm not a huge no collar person. I typically don't like jackets with no collar on it. That one I love, but what I found is that I love throwing it on top of like just outfits, to like pull outfits together. And so I want to get some additional jackets. I'm very persnickety about jackets though, so I don't have any like examples of jackets, but I also want to get a couple blazers as well. And I think my issue with blazers is that in the past I hadn't bought blazers that fit the best in my wardrobe. Like they look good with some things, but not all things. I think for my style of dress, and the silhouettes that I tend to wear, which tend to be like oversized, when I'm talking like everyday basis clothing, it tends to be like more oversized. And so oversized blazers, for example, on top of an oversized blazer, or like a straight cut blazer on top of oversized clothing, I meant pants, tops, whatever, for me it's just too much. So I am looking specifically for structured blazers. I found one that I absolutely love by Helmut Lang, that I have saved, and I am watching like a hawk to go on sale because I think it's like $900, like $950. So I've been watching it like a hawk, because when Helmut Lang has a sale, this sweater is Helmut Lang, they have a sale. So I have my eye on that, but very much that silhouette. So it's like tapered in the middle, like really structured, like shoulders. So I think that is the silhouette that is going to work best for my everyday wardrobe. So that like tapered like broad shoulder, tapered waist on top of like some baggy denim and like a, you know, a tee. Chef's kiss. So I have my eye out for maybe a black, definitely brown, like the helmet lane blazer that I showed. Maybe like a lighter tan. I don't have to get all of these at one time. You know, wish lists are what I like to call living documents. That's what I call my documents at work, right? Documents that I am constantly like updating with new information. So my wish lists are like my living documents. They can be updated, changed, things can be removed, things can be added, things can sit there as long as they need to sit there for me to accumulate. I'm not in a rush. It's not a race, it's a marathon, right? To get to like a fully functioning wardrobe where I don't ever feel like I need to buy stuff. For example, I'm going out of town on Friday and I didn't buy anything. I bought one dress, right? And so I want to continue to get to a place where I don't even need to buy that one dress, right? So definitely some blazers, structured waist, like tapered waist, broad shoulders. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm also looking for another long coat. So I have this black long coat from Sandro that I love, and it's a coat that I wear when I'm dressing up, going out in the colder months. It's just like a long coat. It's not a wool coat, right? So it doesn't keep you warm, but it looks good. So I need a brown version of that. Now Sandro has a brown version, and I've been playing around with just buying the brown version of the coat because the coat is just so good, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the brown version of my black long Sandro coat is on my wish list. That is also something that I would like to buy in the near future because I've been seeing it on sale for, you know, pretty cheap, like $350. And I think originally it's $750, $800 or something like that. So that is something else that is on my wish list. And then the last thing I'll mention really quickly, which is a new addition, is denim. I've gained a little bit of weight here recently. I don't think that I'm going to get much small. Like, I'm just filling out at the bottom, which is no surprise. I come from a family of brick houses, and so it's not surprised that my body in my 40s is filling out a little more in the booty and the thighs. I don't have no hips. I have crazy hip dips, but I have booty and I have legs for days. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to get some new denim. I have a couple pair saved on the Real that I'm hoping don't sell from up under me, but right now they're so cheap. I got a lot of traveling going on. I'm like, we don't need to be shopping. But I have a pair of Acne Studio denim and a pair of Redone denim saved on the Real right now. But I am going to have to get a couple pair of jeans for sure. There is this like curated, it's not just vintage, but it's like a luxury consignment store in the West Loop here in Chicago. I forget the name of it, but I have it saved. Y'all know I can't remember names. But they do vintage, like they have like a great selection of vintage Levi's up to like a size 38. So I've been planning to go in there to see if they have a couple pair of like vintage Levi's I can snatch. So I'll be doing that in the near future here. So you just have to stay tuned to my channel to make sure that you see when and how and if and where I acquire all of these things that are on my wish list. So yeah, that's gonna be it. The video is getting a little long. We'll stop there. And as I add things to the wish list, I will share them with you. And then, you know, maybe we'll do a part 2 to this video. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. And I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.